So one of the bigger stories right now is...
Are we on the air? Are we on the air?
Oh, my God.
I thought you were just prepping me. I thought you were just prepping me for the show.
Is this thing on? Is it on? Yes, we are. We're live. We're good.
Oh, I thought you were prepping me like you used to do with Sportsnet.
No.
Okay. Go ahead. Ask me anything you want.
Biggest story right now. Allan Walsh, Jonathan Huberdeau, the Calgary Flames. Allan is doing Allan Walsh things and sending really strong messages. We know the one that's infamous in terms of Vegas, Marc-Andre Fleury. But now the focus is on Jonathan Huberdeau, one of the biggest stars from last season, 115 points, on pace for 55. And Allan Walsh basically called out Daryl Sutter. Is that the way you saw it?
That's the way I saw it. And I guess the only thing Allan forgot to mention in his call out, first of all, somebody said that, I'm sure Allan would have checked with Huberdeau before he put this out, like he checked with Fleury and like he checked with whoever else he's called out. But Huberdeau's saying he didn't know anything about it, which caught me a little off guard. Okay. The only thing Allan forgot to mention in there is this guy's on pace for 50 points or something.
55, 56.
And moving on from a 5.9 to a $10.5 million 8-year deal. And he's one of the reasons. So maybe Daryl Sutter's made some mistakes there as a coach. He's only won 2 or 3 Stanley Cups, but I guess he's probably made some mistakes along the way because he's too hard on the guys. And he's not making it fun for them. Imagine not having any fun. They're not in the playoffs, and he's not making it any fun for them. Oh, my God. So if you're going to mention Daryl and throw Daryl under the bus, mention that your guy hasn't actually performed up to his potential or what they're paying him for or what they brought him in there to do. And, there's 2 sides to every story. So I'd like to know if Huberdeau really did know. And then I get a kick out of what the players' response was. We don't care what those guys on the outside say. We're just worried about in the dressing room. And you know that yourself from being in a dressing room. That's all you care about is the guy sitting next to you. If Huberdeau initiated it, that would bother me, and I'd get to the bottom of it.
Well, I was wondering how you thought the front office would handle that if, your star player's agent tweets something like that. Your star player is obviously unhappy or is, talking crap behind the scenes. Would you call the guy in and be like, what's going on? You got a problem?
Your star player? Who's the star player?
Well, whatever you want to call the guy who was third in Hart Trophy voting last year.
The guy that's supposed to be a star player.
There it is.
You're right. You're right. The guy that's supposed to be a star player. Yeah, you would definitely talk to him. Daryl wouldn't talk to him. Daryl could care less. But I would think Tree Living would talk to him and say, hey, really, what's going on? Is there something bigger going on here? But this happened with Yzerman and Drouin. This happened with Fleury. And I love the players' response. Come on, we got enough issues. We got to win some hockey games. We can't worry about a distraction like Allan Walsh. Like, seriously. So, and you know what? Most players, like if Allan didn't talk to Huberdeau, like Huberdeau's saying, then, Huberdeau should be, most players would be insulted if their agent come out against the coach when you're in the dressing room and a member of the team. That's how I would think they would feel, I really think that's how they would feel. I don't think Huberdeau would feel great looking at his teammates today. Now, I know Daryl's not a pleasant guy to be around. I know he's a tough, hard-nosed coach. I get all that. But this team's fighting for their playoff lives, and they don't need this distraction from a guy who's underperformed dramatically this year. And I happen to like Allan. I mean, I know he was a star in the O.J. Simpson trial. I don't know what he did, but he tells me he was a star in the trial. I didn't see him on TV in any of the. He sure as hell hasn't been in any of the movies I've watched since. But he told me he was there. So anyway.
You must have had a couple of run-ins with Allan Walsh over the years, right?
Oh, I got a kick out of him. I was sitting in a restaurant one night with my staff, and I saw him across with 3 or 4 of his players, and I just sent him a note, and I phoned him, and he didn't take the call. That's what it was. I phoned him because I was going to tell him I was in the same restaurant, and I see him showing the phone around all the players who it was that he rejected the call from, and they were laughing, having a great time.
Wow.
I'm looking at the clown, and then I sent him, "Hey, Al, I see you're passing your phone around, laughing about rejecting my call. I'm just right across here," and he looked over and I waved to him.